Hello everyone from Texas. Hello to all from Texas. This is Grandpa Hickory in Texas saying hello to everyone. Hey, I walked 3 miles this morning. I actually walked 3 miles. My goal is to do 5 miles a day. And I had a good time. I got my coffee. You got yours? I'm trying to wake up. I go to the senior citizen, it's a senior center, and I walk in there. When you walk around it 15 times inside, it's got air conditioning in the summer and heat in the winter. Real nice, wonderful environment, very nice people. And when you walk around it 15 times in that big, huge room, I call it a gym. It reminds me of the gym I had at John F. Peeler's school. Reminds me of Coach Walker. Back in those days, many a year ago, back in 1962, John F. Peeler's school. Seemed like just a few days ago. But you walk around it 15 times is 1 mile. And I got a pad from Jimmy. That's that lady's name, Jimmy. And she had her grandson there. She was, I guess, babysitting him. I don't know, but he's playing football. So he's got to go to football practice. And we got 105 temperature heat here in Texas. I sure wouldn't want to be on no football team, would you? But when you walk 15 times, you got 1 mile. But I got a pad from her and borrowed a pen. And I wrote down, every time I walked around, I'd write down, number 1, number 2, and kept right on going. Well, after a while, I had 3 miles. So I stopped at 3. I'm going to do that. Today is August already. Can you believe that? August the 1st. This don't make sense, people. This year is flying by. But I walked 3 miles. Then I went to Dollar Tree, and I want to show you what I got at Dollar Tree. I always share this with everyone. This is pizza. And this is a deluxe pizza. You can put it in the oven, or you can put it in the microwave. And this is absolutely delicious. I don't normally buy store-bought pizza. This is the deluxe right here. And this right here is the sausage and pepperoni. They're made by Celeste. And you can microwave them or you can put them in the oven. I usually microwave them and they turn out so good. I got the sausage and pepperoni this time and the deluxe. I got me 4 of them is what I did. I got 2 deluxe and 2 sausage pepperoni. Figured I'd do something different. So today at lunchtime, I'm going to have me a quick pizza and enjoy it. And I just really can't believe it's already time to pay rent again, people. Isn't that something? My. I tell you what, though, I sure am glad to be alive. I'm enjoying being retired. I thank God that I'm retired. There's my little baby, my little rescue kitten that I got. I've been feeding her milk. She does real good on that milk. I buy this cat milk at Tractor Supply. It's Whiskas, and it's real good for baby kittens. And she should never been taken away from her mother. But a little boy raided where the mama cat was, and she ran off. So the little boy grabbed this cat and took it home. Well, his mom and dad, they come in there and they said, "Get that cat out of here." Well, of course, the mama cat was gone. So he brought it over here because he knows I rescue cats. He set it down out there. He didn't tell me, he just set it down. Well, some neighbors came by and picked it up, and they came to me and said, "Would you please take care of this baby?" Well, of course I did. She's mine now. I named her Precious. And she's just into everything. I got holes and scratches all over me. She likes to jump through the air and grab my pants leg and climb up me. And it's bad enough in blue jeans. She puts holes in me, but when I'm in my pajamas, pajamas are a lot more thinner than blue jeans. And she just rips and tears me. She got me on my side here. I got a scratch from here. It's about all the way down to about right here. And it's a pretty deep scratch. But she jumped up in the air and grabbed me when I was in the recliner. And boy, I tell you what, it smarts. But I put cortisone 10 on it and it clears up real quick. But she's just a child. She's a baby. Those things happen. Those things happen. But any road, I hope all is well with you precious people. I wanted to make this video and just tell everyone hello. I hope you're doing fine. I'm really concerned about the economy. I'm glad I'm going to Dollar Tree. Everything's $1.25. I tell you what, I got a lot of stuff this morning. I got the big, heavy paper rolls, towels, and I use them to clean up messes and to wash out the cat bowls and everything, and her little water bowl. And I do this. It's maintenance. You got to take care of the babies. And if one of them has an accident and throws up, well, then I can clean it up. But it only costs $1.25. So it's a big roll too, real big, about that big around and about that tall. I mean, it's really nice. But any road, I just been keeping busy. Like I said, I am so thankful to God that I am retired. I'm enjoying this even more. I talked to a fellow that bought some property up on Sand Mountain in Alabama, and I was thinking about doing the same thing. I was trying to make the deal, but the boy's wife, she decided that she didn't want somebody from Texas buying the place. She wanted somebody in her family. Well, she wanted her brother to have it, so her brother got it. He just took up payments. And but I was going to pay him, But he rode, the boy didn't keep it, so I didn't get the place anyway, because he kept it long enough to get rid of me. So any road, I was talking to a man that bought some property up on Sand Mountain in Alabama. A big, big farm area, had lots of acreage. And him and his wife, they had one of those glider, that you sit down in on the porch swing, and you just sit in it, and it's just real comfortable. Well, they looked up, and here down the road come a pickup truck, and they thought, what? Who's that? Because they live way out in the country. Well, this man pulled up and stopped, got out of his truck, and he stood there and looked at him. He walked up on the porch. He said, hello there. He said, I'm your neighbor. I live down the mountain from you. He said, I just wanted to come up here. And the man said, well, okay, and I was going to shake hands with him. He said, I just came here to give you a word of warning. Boy, that was a big mosquito. I wish I could have killed that thing. It just flew by me. I got mosquito bites all over me. And he looked at him. He said, a word of warning? He said, yeah. He said, I want you to know that we've got people on this mountain. There's a lot of men. We've been hunting up here all our lives. And we come up here and hunt. I just want you to know, if you tell everybody they can't come up here and hunt, you try to stop them. They're going to shoot your windows out. They're going to shoot your tires out. If you have any animals, they're going to kill them. And he said, I've just given you a word of warning. And he turned around and he walked back out to his pickup truck and stood there and looked at him. Then he got in his truck and drove off. These people think they have a right. Now, these are white people. These are not illegal aliens. This is in Alabama. They're poachers. My brother took his grandson hunting one time, and he had a bunch of guys come through with dogs. Well, that's what happened there. Him and his grandson was up in the stand, this man that had bought the place, and they were going to deer hunt, and it was in deer season. And about that time, all these dogs come in running deer. That's illegal. And here come all these men with guns. Well, of course, the man got out of there because there were too many guns in the woods. So he got his son and went back up the house. His wife said, what's the matter? He said, honey, we're going to have to talk. And he told her, he said, we went out there. Them people are everywhere. They're shooting everywhere. Well, all of his farm stuff that he had, started walking off, tools and things like that. These people that come through, if they like something you got on your place up there on the mountain, they just go over there and pick it up and steal it. And I tell you, the authorities, the game wardens, all of them ought to be notified there in Alabama about these people on Sand Mountain. That man told that man, he said, we've been doing this all our lives. Our daddies did it. Our granddaddies did it. Our granddaddy's dad did it. We've been living here for years, and we always hunt up here. You mean that gives them the right to trespass on another man's property? And then if he tells him, hey, I bought this place and I'm going to take my grandchildren hunting, I don't want y'all coming in here, they're going to take their guns and shoot the tires out, shoot his pickup up, shoot his house up, shoot knock the window. You know, I told him, I said, you know what that sounds to me like? The Hatfield and McCoys. You know, things like that go on down in Louisiana. That's why I don't live in Louisiana. You Louisiana boys, my subscribers, I've got a lot of comments from you on that very point there that I'm making this morning. And y'all giving me several examples. But this goes on in Louisiana. I mean, you take your life in your own hands in Louisiana. Because them Cajuns, I tell you what, buddy, they come in there and they shoot anything that moves. If they see somebody walking, they open fire. If they hear a rattle in the bushes, they turn around and they're out there shooting bushes. What you doing? Oh, I'm out here hunting bushes. That's insanity, people. And you know, and the man told me, he said, you know, sir, he said, Grandpa, I figured that, and I realized, I talked to my wife, me and her went out on the porch where the grandkids couldn't hear us talking because they were raising their grandchildren. And he told her, he said, honey, we're going to have to go ahead and move on out of here. She said, everything, all my tools and everything, my garden tools, everything's come up missing. And your concrete mixer and everything, it's gone. He said, I know. He said, listen, we're going to have to move. So her sister wanted to buy the place. So they just arranged for them. They told them all the situation, and they said they didn't care. So they got out of that place, and they moved back into Huntsville. But he was telling me that he realized that he was going to have to kill every one of those men. And he said, I didn't buy that place on Sand Mountain to have to kill a bunch of people. He said, I'm a peaceful man. I was going to raise some cows and some pigs, have some chickens and some turkeys and some ducks. And he said, they came through. He had a bunch of barn cats, and those men killed all them barn cats. I guess they used them for target practice. Can you believe it? You know, and I always thought the people of Alabama were real friendly, real nice. And I'm kind of glad I was told this and I found out that this is true. I had no idea. I don't think I'd want to move to Alabama. I mean, you know, people, that's the thing about moving out in the country. When you move out in the country, well, there was one man years ago, he got a mobile home and he bought, I think it was 50 acres. And he had a bulldozer come in there. He paid the man to clear out an area, and he put his real nice mobile home in there. I think it was a 2-bedroom. It was just him only. He was a widower. And he was in there, and one night he heard something, and he opened the door, and there's about 4 pickups pulled in. A bunch of people got out, a bunch of teenagers and stuff, and they started opening fire on his mobile home. Well, he got his shotgun, returned fire, but they shot his mobile home all up. Well, he called the sheriff, and it took about 2.5 hours for the sheriff to finally show up. Well, you guessed it. He moved out of there. He had no choice. They kept coming back when he'd leave to go into town to the store or go to church on Sundays. They raided his mobile home. They tore up all the furniture. They broke every window in that mobile home. So he moved out. See, that's what I mean, people. That's what I mean. You know, and I want to move out in the country too, but friend, I don't want a place that I got to go out there and fight for my life, get in a gun battle. I mean, it's like the Hatfield and McCoys. You know, people, it's just like in America this day and this hour, under this current administration we have in power in Washington, D.C., that have messed this nation up so bad, have opened our borders up to all these illegal aliens flooding in here. They've brought us full circle back to the 1800s when men wore 6-shooters on their hips and they carried rifles. And they had to kill people back in the Old West in order to even survive. You know, I read about, it's true stories about the Old West. A man and his son and his grandson went in town. They had the old buckboard and the horses. and they had a horse, and they drove into town to get some feed, some oats, and some 100-pound bag of flour, and 100-pound bag of sugar, and buy coffee and tea, and a few other things, items they had to have. And some of the men came out of a saloon there that was right across the street from the general store, and they walked out in the street. They hollered, "Hey, Greenhorn!" Well, the man kept loading everything. They said, "We're talking to you." He looked up, he said, "Me?" They said, "Yeah, you." They said, "You know what? We think you're a coward." He said, "I don't want no trouble out of anybody." So he went and got the other bag of flour, and they walked over there to his wagon. They started cutting the bags of feed open. Well, you guessed it, he had to kill all three of them. That's a true story. He had to kill all three of them men because they pulled out a big old knife. They were going to kill him, so he killed all three of them. Isn't that something? All you're doing is going to the store. That's all you're doing, minding your own business. And we've come full circle, friends. That's the way it is nowadays. They were telling me they had to shoot them up at the Walmart. There's some people come in there with a gun, opening up on people, just having a heyday, shooting unarmed people. That's the way the Germans and the Japanese were. And the Italians, they were the same way. The fascists back in World War II. They loved unarmed people. The Japanese loved killing unarmed civilians, bombing the cities, murdering men, women, and children. The Germans did too. Look what they did to Poland. Look what they did in Russia. And look what Japan did in China. Look at all the American soldiers that they executed, cut their heads off for no reason, in direct violation of the Geneva Convention. Friends, we've come full circle back to the 1800s, and this is 2024. But listen, you enjoy your coffee. I showed you what I got at Dollar Tree, and I just wanted to share that with you. I always like to share the good things. I got the deluxe. The deluxe is really the best one they got, but I saw that sausage and pepperoni, and I thought, I think I'll try it. So, but anyway, hey, please hit the like button. I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel, and hey, I'll see you on the next video. And all you wonderful people, y'all have a good day, and thank you for stopping by and viewing my videos and leaving me comments. I read your comments, and listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Goodbye from Texas. Bye for now. See you on the next video.